Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So Marvel's Eternals is about to release and it's just hit a roadblock in the Middle East nations of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar. Now why is that? Why would Eternals hit a road bump in those Middle Eastern nations? I wonder if it is because of some laws that these countries have in place that prohibit LGBT representation, let's call it. Now Eternals apparently has a scene where an LGBT couple embrace, shall we say. It's a gay kiss. And that was subject to scrutiny by Kumail Nanjiani in my last video, where he said, looks like we're upsetting the right people because there was some review bombing on IMDb. Marvel's played the woke game with this movie apparently, it looks like. They're winning woke prizes now. The movie's going to be pulled apparently from the Middle Eastern nations, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar, because of that LGBT representation scene. So let's take a look at this article from The Hollywood Reporter, which just broke the news. Eternals pulled from Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Kuwait in apparent ban. Sources suggest the inclusion of the MCU's first same-sex couple is causing issues in the Gulf. Marvel's Eternals will not hit cinemas screens in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait or Qatar, The Hollywood Reporter has learned. The all-star superhero film, which was due for release across the Gulf region on November 11, it's now November 5th, so next week this is coming out, is understood to have been met with a series of edit requests by the local censors, edits that THR has heard Disney were not willing to make. But as we'll learn, they want to make all these exceptions in China, but they don't want to make it in the Middle East. Interesting. The news emerged on Thursday, with Eternals having been quietly removed from websites in each of those countries. In the UAE, however, the film is still listed as among titles coming soon. So the UAE, where that's a big stopover point from Asia to Europe, it's still coming soon apparently. So here's where it says why it was pulled. Sources suggest the decision was likely made over the inclusion of a same-sex couple in the film and the MCU's first gay superhero. In one scene, the character Phastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry, and his on-screen husband Ben Haz-Slayman share a passionate kiss. Homosexuality is still officially illegal across the Gulf. So homosexuality is illegal in those countries and they want it banned from their cinemas. And Marvel has said, according to this, no, we're not going to pull it. So where's the line come down? Because you've got woke Twitter praising Marvel for having a gay character and a gay kiss, first openly gay superhero. Well, you can play woke in the West where a lot of people are going to bow down because of freedom of speech and all that. People are mostly tolerant in the West, despite what woke Twitter says. So when it comes to the Middle East and its approach to homosexuality and making it illegal, well, you should take your woke activism to the Middle East and see how it works out for you. This is how it works out. Homosexuality is illegal and they won't bend and they're going to take Eternals off the bill in their cinemas. Why? Because they don't play around. That's their law. They're not going to bow to woke Twitter and woke Marvel because there's a gay scene. You're just not going to get it in the cinemas now. So every time something like this happens, I get so frustrated because the woke want to play around in the West and act like they're so oppressed when people are actually seriously oppressed in the Middle East, and those Middle Eastern nations and all the way down to Pakistan even, where Kumail Nanjiani is from, but we'll get into him in a sec. One regional cinema chain explained that Eternals had been banned, but said they hadn't been told why. I think we know why. This is the website for KSA cinemas, so Kingdom of Saudi Arabia cinemas. Now it says Eternals here, release date 1st of November. Well, it's now the 5th of November, and it's not available. Movies playing now, what's on? It's not here. And even if it was going to be released, look at the rating they've given it. 18 till confirmed. That's what it is. 18 TC is 18 till confirmed. Because of this LGBT representation scene, Saudi Arabia has made it 18 plus. When in other countries it's PG. On Reddit, someone said before, 11 days ago this was posted, that Marvel's was already banned in Kuwait. I can't confirm this because it's just someone on Reddit, but I just thought it was interesting because what The Hollywood Reporter says, they had a series of edit requests by the local censors in Saudi. Disney were not willing to make the requests of the censors to have the edits. What someone on Reddit says, it's true it was banned, but not for the reason that one website cited. It was banned for depictions of LGBT representation and the refusal of Disney to hand over Kuwait the official edited Chinese version. So apparently they wanted the Chinese edited version that doesn't have any LGBT characters. The reason why they will bow to China and edit out these LGBT representation characters and everything in their movies is the amount of money that they pull in, because the Gulf states that I mentioned aren't even listed on the numbers here. And if you look at China for just say Infinity War, China total box office 359 million, like ridiculous numbers. Let's just include the rest of the world. outside of all these countries is 215 million. So the amount of money that Marvel is willing to lose with these Gulf states is obviously negligible for them if they just don't want it even aired in Saudi Arabia. Because China, their edited censors, they'll give it to them because they're making a bucket load of money still. But in Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, I guess they're willing to let that one go. Now, on to Kumail Nanjiani. A few days ago, came out and said, looks like we're upsetting the right people. Eternals opens November 5th. Now, that's kind of backfired because he deleted the tweet. And in my last video, you can see, I said to him, is it still upsetting the right people? Because the critics on Rotten Tomatoes have given it 56%. And now I think it's even down to 53% now on Rotten Tomatoes. So is that the right people you want to upset? The critics who are supposed to pump up this movie. But what I wanted to talk about with Kumail Nanjiani is he's a Pakistani American. Now, if he wants to talk about how much representation and how he's speaking Hindi in the film and all this representation that Eternals brings and Marvel's bringing with this, well, he's Pakistani. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but between 94 and 2018, Pakistan had a high rate of, let's say, transgressions against females with some liquids. There has been anti-female acts going on for decades in Pakistan. So if you want to talk about representation, maybe you want to talk about Pakistan. And then if you want to talk about where all these countries have banned homosexuality, like these Gulf states, well, here's the full list on the BBC. If you have a look down here, Saudi Arabia, yes, Kuwait and Qatar, but also, oh, that's right, Kumail Nanjiani, Pakistan. So you want to talk about how proud you are of being a Pakistani American while you want to preach woke politics from your Marvel perch, while Pakistan is one of the countries on this list that has banned being LGBT. So get off your high horse. Why doesn't Marvel take it on the front foot and say any country that has banned LGBTQ representation or has banned homosexuality, any country that's on this list, we're not going to release the movie in the country. If you want to really make a stand, that's where you make a stand. You say any country that has these rules, these laws, we're not going to release our movies there. Why don't you step up, put your money where your mouth is, Marvel. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this one out, and I'll see you in the next one.